Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the podcast that I, Kelly Raspberry Evans, do with my husband, Alan Evans, who is back after a brief vacation.
A train in the house.
I'm so glad you're back, honey, because now I know that the podcast recording machine is actually working.
What happened? I still don't understand exactly what happened.
If y'all listen
So you did a podcast.
I did a podcast with my best friend Amy.
Yeah.
Because Alan was out of town, and I could have done it by myself, but it's always more fun when I have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Why is that a dime?
Because it's hard to do a podcast by yourself.
But I've done it by myself.
You have to be extremely talented.
Or you just talk.
Well, you can do that.
I can do that. But I had Amy on a long time ago, so I had her back, and Alan stood over my shoulder. We went through detail, step by step by step. I wrote everything down. We did a trial run, and everything was fine. And when Amy's sitting here, she's like, why don't we record it and, go on? Normally we go on YouTube, but I don't know how to do the YouTube channel. Alan, it's probably nothing to it, but I don't know how to do it. But I know how to do Facebook Lives. And Amy said, let's do Facebook Live. It'll be fun. Thank God she said that, because for whatever reason, the podcast didn't record. And they were able to, Blake, thank you, Blake, was able to pull the audio off of Facebook, which is why it sounds a little bit different, but still, you could hear everything.
So let's pull back the kimono. Let's pull it back, revealing all behind the kimono. As you know, after listening to our podcast for a while, Kelly is great at a lot of things.
But not technology.
She really is. She is very talented. She does a lot of things very well.
I don't know geography.
Yeah.
And technology.
Technology?
Mm-mm.
Not one of her strongest suits.
It's not.
But that's okay, because I am here to help and fill in. Now, I have given Kelly instructions. This was the third time.
No, it was the second.
It was the third time. We will have this disagreement. I believe it was the third time.
I know it was the second.
And Kelly, each of the previous two times, has written down those instructions in a little notebook.
Yeah, I lost the first time.
The
but
first
I
two.
still have the second
first
one.
two.
The first time.
So right before I left for the RV trip, Kelly said, can you show me how to start the Rode Class A servo bias preamp with the Aphex onboard technology?
I know how to do that. I just turn it on.
Can you show me how to put the chip in, take the chip out, upload the file, blah, 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 blah. And I said...
And how to upload it to the internet and then send it to Blake, who is the one who puts the music at the front and the back and all the stuff that she has to do.
I said, well, what happened to those instructions that I gave you the last time you had to do this?
I don't know. I don't remember where I put them.
Which caused me to ask another question. Why wouldn't you put that in your computer?
I don't know. I forgot.
Okay. So I gave Kelly, and this time I was. You got to admit, I was very patient when I gave you the instructions.
You were patient
for the third time.
For the second time, you gave me the instructions after you gave me attitude leading up to it.
So anyway, I gave Kelly very detailed written instructions, which leads me to believe there at some point we had some user error.
I admit it. I don't know what I did wrong. I can't tell you what I did wrong because I thought I followed every step. But when I went to go upload the podcast, it was not there. So we can debate it, talk about it.
I'll debate it. I'm a master debater.
Debate it, talk about it, argue about it, dissect it. It doesn't matter. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, this is the exact this conversation we're having now is the conversation we had earlier today. I was actually sitting on the pot at the Lake Texoma RV Park in the public toilet, code 2468 to get into the public toilet.
Why would you tell that?
Who's going to go there?
That's private, privileged information.
Yeah, but you got to get in the park first.
All right.
So, yeah, we were having this exact same conversation. Very, very nice bathrooms, by the way. Some of the cleanest bathrooms I've seen in an RV park. We'll get into that.
Okay. We have a lot to get to.
That and much more. So anyway, it was a disaster, huh? It wasn't
a disaster.
Yeah.
Blake fixed it. She just pulled the audio off of Facebook.
Well, I bet it sounds really good.
Obviously, you haven't listened. It doesn't sound as usual quality, but it's fine.
What'd y'all talk about?
We answered a lot of questions from people that posted them on Instagram.
Oh, Okay.
They were asking about, friendships with other parents of children and things like that, and how to get rid of dark eye circles. Very practical stuff.
How to get rid of dark eye circles?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know that. What was your
well,
advice?
The Chelsea Face Matriarch, who does my Botox, who does a great job.
Ad.
Hashtag not an ad. She didn't pay me to say that, but she does a great job. Anyway, some ladies were at my house for a Botox brunch, and one of them wanted to get something filler or something under her eyes. And Chelsea said, before you do that, because she had some dark circles and bags, she said you should try D3 drops. And because usually it's a vitamin D3 deficiency because we use so much sunscreen, right? And so mine came in the mail today, and I thought they were sublingual drops. Thinking about it.
What are they?
They're D3, something else, K, and MCT oil. And I put them right under my tongue, and it was like eating oil. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have put them in my coffee or something.
So what's this supposed to do?
It's supposed to help with it's vitamins. If you have dark circles and things, that's usually a sign of vitamin D3. Did you not just hear everything I just said?
I've just never heard of an oil that you take that clears up eye circles.
It's the D3 and the K.
We have D3 in this cabinet right over here.
I don't know. She suggested the drops, so I ordered them.
Oh, how much were these?
Give me a break. They were on sale. It was just Amazon Prime. I don't know it that much.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Give me so much grief.
So you haven't
started the podcast hardly.
So you got through the podcast.
Yes.
Okay. And here we are.
I'm so glad you're back.
Babe, come on. Alan, you need to quit being so whiny. I hate it when you say babe. Everything you say is babe, babe, babe. Stop it.
Did I really say that?
Yeah, that's another one I hear.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot's happened since the last time I podcasted.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast? Since the last time I podcasted. Yeah, podcasted. Lots happened. Father's Day weekend.
Yep. And I didn't say a word about anything that happened to you because I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Oh, did you not?
Nope.
I
saved it.
But I thought on the nationally syndicated Kidcratic Morning Show.
I did, but not on the podcast.
Oh, what'd you say on the nationally syndicated Kidcratic
Morning Show? Well, I had to
show?
talk about it on the radio because you posted it all over social media, so I had to address it.
Well, here's the thing.
Here on the podcast, I haven't said anything because I wanted you to tell it.
Well, here's the thing. When you win a damn car, you're going to post about it.
Yeah, I know. So here's your moment to tell all about it.
And that's what happened to me. Well, that wasn't everything that happened on the trip. That was certainly one of the highlights. But yeah, I went on an RV trip with my dad and my two boys. My mom was supposed to go. At the last minute, she was a scratch. She just was not feeling up to her normal self. And we all thought, as much as we'd love to just have her join the trip, there was going to be some walking, a lot of walking at the Rangers game. We weren't sure about, how much walking we'd have to do at Texoma. And she was just feeling kind of tired. She's had some health stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So she decided to stay home. We were disappointed, but we understood. But why don't we get into the details of said trip after you do that?
Thank you, honey, for pointing. I love it when he does that. I have another podcast called Love Letters to Kelly. And I give advice. People write me and ask for advice. But the thing I always remind people is I'm not a licensed therapist. And a lot of times getting professional therapy is essential. And that's why we're so happy that BetterHelp is a sponsor of this podcast. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. You will be connecting with a professional licensed therapist in a safe online environment. And anything you share is completely confidential. You can send a message to your counselor anytime to get timely, thoughtful responses. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, whatever works for you. And I know a lot of our listeners, they're living in really small towns. The closest therapist might be the next town away or further. But with BetterHelp, you don't have to worry about making a long drive to some generic office building and sitting in an uncomfortable waiting room again. BetterHelp offers licensed professional counselors specializing in depression, anxiety, LGBTQ matters, grief, self-esteem, family drama, you name it. And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need to. Plus, it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling with financial aid available.
And we want you to start living a happier life today. So as one of our listeners, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sandwich. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sandwich.
All right, let's dive in.
Love
Head
BetterHelp.
first into your Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, so RV trip. I only had 3 concrete things on the agenda. One was to go to a friend of ours' charity event. He has it once a year. It's our friend Patrick Sowers with Operation Once in a Lifetime. He does a Rock the Troops event, a fundraiser every year, every summer. That was one thing I told my dad and the boys, like, I had to go to, because that was Saturday night. We pick up the RV. We picked up the RV Friday. So I had it for a night to pack, and then Saturday we were going to push off and leave. So I told him, hey, I've got to stop by this fundraiser, but you're welcome to come in. It's for veterans. And my dad said, heck yeah, I'll go in. And he brought his veterans Air Force hat. The boys were a little reluctant to go in because it sounded like adult stuff, but I told them this place is awesome. They've got cornhole. They've got this big turf area you can run around. They've got pickleball. They've got a band. It's going to be fun. You should come in and eat some nachos and have a lemonade. So I kind of sold them on that. That was one thing we had to do. The other was to go to a Rangers game on Father's Day. That was another thing we were going to do. And then the third was to go to Lake Texoma and fish. So that's the only plans really that were on the
That's all
agenda.
you needed.
And a Dairy Queen. You know that you got to go to Dairy Queen when you're on a road trip.
Right.
So we're going to stop by Dairy Queen at some point. So Friday we load up. Saturday we pick up my dad around, was it 12 or 1 or something like that? Yeah, 12 or 1. So we didn't have to be at Patrick's event until 6. So now we're all stuffed in the RV, me, my dad, and the boys, and we've got to burn about 4 or 5 hours. So I said, you guys just want to go to Starbucks?
That was what you did?
So we roll the RV to the Plano Starbucks up here on Preston Road, and I parked in the parking lot, turned the generator on so we could have air conditioning because it was hot all weekend. It was hot. And turned the air conditioning on. I went in, got some coffees and some sandwiches, brought them back to the RV, and we sat in the parking lot a couple of hours.
Wow.
Because I had some work to do. I had some marketing work to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of sat there in the RV at Starbucks.
But the kids still,
they love
the fact
it.
that they're eating in a house
Exactly.
on wheels, they don't care.
Exactly.
That's fine.
They were having a great time. So after I finished my work stuff, I said, you guys want to stop by Bass Pro? Because it's on the way to Patrick's event, which is past Lake Ray Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
It's past Lake Ray Hubbard, so we've got to pass Bass Pro on the way. And they go, yeah, sure, let's go to Bass Pro. So next stop, Bass Pro. Pull into Bass Pro. Of course, Dylan has to have a souvenir.
No matter where we go, that child wants a souvenir.
Yeah.
No matter where we go.
So I get him a stuffed catfish that is literally as long as he is.
Okay.
He gets the stuffed catfish. The Bass Pro out in, I guess it's Rowlett, where that is.
Mm-hmm.
Rockwall. Not
I don't
Rowlett.
know.
Not Rowlett.
Like,
Rockwall.
Again, I don't know geography. I don't know.
The Bass Pro out there is awesome. It's right on the lake. We look at fish. We look at the fishing lures. Dylan's totally into fishing right now. By this time, it was time to go to the event. So we roll to the event. Kelly is on the way because she didn't go on the RV trip. So she's on the way to the event with Bad Influence Jeff.
And KK.
And KK. So we're sitting in the parking lot waiting for you. You get there, and we all kind of went in together, right?
That's it.
Yeah, so we go in there together.
No drama.
No drama. There wasn't any drama all night.
Nope.
Why am I talking like this? So we go in. We had a little palapa. We had a little cabana.
Mm-hmm.
That had a sandwich and some leaven on it.
It's very nice.
We were a sponsor of the event, which was pretty cool. And food, drinks. We played cornhole. We ate until we were
satisfied.
Stuff like ticks, yeah. So then they start drawing prizes. And they start going around saying, hey, you guys bought all your tickets? And Kelly said, no, I didn't get any tickets. Alan, did you get tickets? I said, yeah, I've already got my tickets.
Well, see, I knew Alan had bought tickets. The thing is every year at this event, I am the raffle drawer. But because Alan had bought tickets to this raffle, I was legally unable to draw.
Right.
And so at that point, I said, well, if I can't draw, that's why I never bought raffle tickets, because I draw. So I said, well, this year I'll go and I'll buy some more raffle tickets. So I went and bought some. There was a separate raffle drawing for things like Troy Aikman jersey, lots of guns,
trips,
a purse, trips. And there was this beautiful picture of Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. And I said, oh, I bet Alan would love that picture.
Yeah.
So I put some of my tickets in the drawing for that. And I was so excited. And then for the car. And so I went back and told Alan, he's like, what'd you bid on? I was like, oh, the jersey for Troy Aikman for me, and for the purse for me, and the guns for you. And this beautiful picture of Frankie and Sammy and Dino, isn't that what they called him, Dino? Alan said, Kelly, I donated that picture.
Yes.
Like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it so much.
Yeah.
It was from our house.
Right. So Kelly bid on something we donated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we didn't win
We
that
didn't
back.
win that back. Yeah, that would have been really wheels off. But
then they started
drawing. Yeah, they start with the, they're all nice prizes, but they start with the smaller stuff. And everyone's looking at their tickets. I'm sitting there just drinking and eating because I never win boo.
Right. And it's so weird because there was this one woman there that won 3 raffle prizes, and another man there that won 3 raffle prizes, and everybody else was winning like 1 each. And it's like, man, some people have all the luck.
Well,
how many tickets did they buy? They must have crumpled up their tickets. What did they do? We're all sitting there. Why are they winning and we're not winning,
Yeah. Well, you can increase your chances. Let's be real. You can increase your chances by buying more raffle tickets.
Buying more raffle tickets and then folding up and crumpling or whatever you have to do to your ticket. And I didn't do that. And I should have remembered that from when I draw, because when you reach in, the ones that are bent and crimped and whatever, that's the ones you tend to draw.
Yeah. So they give away the guns, all the prizes and everything. Then they get to the grand prize. The grand prize was a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. Now, this car is not an original car. It had been what they call resto modded, which means it had been restored, but it had been modified. So it's not been restored to its original condition. It's been, a lot of people call it hot rodded. So it's been hot rodded a little bit. It still looks like a Chevelle. It
has a Corvette
engine. But it has a Corvette engine in it. It's got a really cool stereo in it. The interior is totally redone. It's got new instruments. I mean, inside it looks a little more modern, but still classic, if that's makes any sense.
It has lap seat belts.
Yeah, it has lap belts.
Not a chest, belt.
But that's what the grand prize was. And Patrick bought this car for a lot of money for the charity, and then used it as a means to raise money for the charity by selling raffle tickets.
It's a gamble he takes. You have to have a nice prize to raise money. And his goal is to not just get the money back he spent on the car, but to make even more. And he did. He made like double back, right?
That's awesome. I was so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
But that was the grand prize. So Patrick's going to do the draw. He goes in there and takes a ticket. The first ticket The first ticket he drew, it was a blank ticket it was a $5 ticket.
It was a ticket not even for a different drawing. It was for different prizes. There was a separate set of tickets for the car. So it wasn't even supposed to be.
That was weird.
I think it just fell in by accident because there was no name on it or anything.
Yeah. So everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat, and he goes, "Oh, this is an invalid ticket. This one's it's $5, and there's no name on it. This wasn't it." So everyone's like, "Oh God," So then he goes in and takes another ticket. He pulls it up. And he's kind of waiting. He's doing the waiting bit, right? Everyone's it's quiet in the whole place. Everybody's just looking. And even I, at this point, I'm like, I got a lot of tickets in there.
How many did you buy?
Well, I've got a good amount of tickets.
How many did you buy?
I don't know. I had, what were they, $20 a piece?
It was like $100 got you 6, I think.
Yeah, I had 6 or 12. I didn't have that many.
You bought a couple $100 worth?
Yeah, I had a good amount in there. So
I bought $100 worth too.
Yeah. So he goes in there, pulls the ticket. And then he was facing one way. He looked over it in our direction.
Yeah. And I kind of thought he was going to call my name.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why is he looking over here?
I thought he was going to call
You thought he was going to call you?
I did.
And then he said I can't even remember, but I remember him saying Alan Evans. I'm like,
that's what he said.
I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And then I just jumped up, and the first person I saw was Bad Influence Jeff sitting on a Jack Daniels barrel with his hat on
about
backwards.
To fall off.
Yeah, and
I was so excited.
I think I jumped about 3 feet in the air and gave him a high five. Then I ran back over to Kelly, and I was like, we won. And then Dylan was standing next to me. He's like, what's happening? And I was shaking him. Yeah, I was shaking him like, we won a car.
Isn't it crazy?
Could not freaking believe it.
I know, and it's still kind of hard to believe.
I know.
Alan just picked it up today because he got back from his RV trip, because at the event we couldn't take it. But yeah, so we took it for a little quick spin around. It's got a loud engine, which is that's like what men like, is a loud, powerful engine. It's got a lap belt, which kind of makes me nervous because I'm so used to being strapped in, But Alan's like, this will be good for date nights and all that fun stuff. So hopefully we're going to enjoy this for years to come.
It's a really cool car. And as I was leaving the event, several people said, I'll give you $50,000 cash for it, like right now. You want to sell it? And I'm like, no.
Why not?
I'm like, absolutely not.
Alan!
No.
You better be glad I didn't win it.
No. I said, that's the kind of car you just pass on. You keep that in the family. That car's worth twice that.
But you could have had 50 grand in your pocket.
That car is worth twice that.
Wow.
So I said, no how.
Make us an offer.
No way. Nope. None yet.
All right.
Nope.
Well, congratulations. That's how your Father's Day weekend started.
That's how it started. And all night I was just stunned. Like, me and my dad and the boys get in the RV.
Kelly, were you just giggling every once in a while?
Well, we were just talking about it on the way, just like, what did that just really happen?
I know.
We couldn't believe it.
It doesn't feel real.
Yeah, because we didn't leave with it. We just left.
Yeah.
And Patrick, because they knew I was on the RV trip, Patrick was going to keep it for me until I got back. So then we go to Arlington, and I have to find the KOA in Arlington, the campground in Arlington. So we go all the way to Arlington. It's about an hour and a half, not that far.
But it's late.
But it's really late. It's like 11 at night by the time we get to the campground. So when I get to the campground, I have to do a U-turn. And I'm like, well, this is not very conveniently placed for people in RVs. So I told my dad, I said, well, I can't U-turn this thing here. I'm just going to go up another street and then turn so I can go in and then turn back, So I looked over my shoulder. I could see I was clear, and then I just went straight. Well, when I went straight, I didn't realize there was another turn lane on the other side of the street facing me. So now I'm going the wrong way on Cooper Street.
That's not good.
In an RV.
That's a very busy street in Arlington.
So a car is coming towards us, and I'm like, I'm throwing down S-bombs under my breath. Hopefully the kids didn't hear, the boys didn't hear. So my dad's just holding on for dear life, and cars are going. Of course, they're laying on the horn.
Of course, you idiot!
And they're going past me, and I'm stressing out. I think I'm about to flip the RV because I jumped over the median. I had to take it back over the median to get back in my lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was going the wrong way, and then I jumped the median to go straight. And by this time, I don't know. I think I might have gone in my shorts a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
You just throw them away?
I just threw them away.
Good.
So got past that, checked into the KOA. We pass out at about 11:30. Wake up the next day. Father's Day.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I guess I'm just telling.
Hey, it's your
Yeah. So Father's Day, we exchanged. I gave my dad a coffee mug, and the boys gave me a dad jokes book, which I was wearing everybody out with those dad jokes.
That's the point.
Oh, my dad was just shaking his head, and the boys are giggling because they think they're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So I have to explain something. Right.
Still a good gift.
Yeah. But then again, Kelly is going to come meet us this time at the Rangers game. So she meets us at the RV park. You picked us up at the RV park.
I did.
And gave us a ride over to Globe Life Park.
Yes.
Right?
Where the Rangers play.
Yeah.
No, Bad Influence Jeff went with me because your mom was supposed to go with us to the ball game, but because, she wasn't feeling well, we had a ticket, and we're like, you said, do you mind if I invite Bad Influence Jeff? I said, absolutely not. So Jeff and I had a lovely ride together over to Arlington. We found lots of little hole-in-the-wall taco places. I never craved tacos more in my life. But then we went and got you and went to the game.
He's a fun guy.
He's a great guy. All I wanted, I was starving by that day at time. I hadn't had anything to eat. And I said, all I want is a hot dog at the ballpark. That was such a letdown. It was just a regular old hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the, I don't know if it's different than what it was before the pandemic. I haven't been to a baseball game in forever. But you stand in line at the place called Hot Dogs. You know, it's HAWWWT dogs, whatever. And so they have all these fried, they're over there frying onions. And I said, I want a hot dog with everything on it. Well, that means onions, because the guy, and he basically gave me a hot dog with a dry bun and 2 onions. And then I had to go over to the condiment little packets and rip open a ketchup and rip open a mustard and rip open a relish. I was like, this stinks. And then I went and sat down, and it was just like, it wasn't great. I was very disappointed in my hot dog experience.
Well, I was very impressed with my brisket nacho experience.
That looked good.
Oh, it was great.
I didn't dare ask you for any because I know how Alan is. So I waited until
being
Jeff.
misrepresented.
That's the truth. I waited till Jeff got brisket nachos and I ate some with him.
Okay. All right.
Y'all know how he is about sharing food.
Whatever.
This is not new.
Whatever.
You are like that about sharing food. You don't like to share your popcorn.
That's not true.
Y'all have heard previous podcasts.
Okay, popcorn, you're right. Food, if all you have to do, babe, all you have to do is ask. Just ask, please have some. It's just when your hand comes over the table with a fork.
I just waited for Jeff.
Coming to me, I'm like, just what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
I just waited for Jeff to get his, and I had some of his, and they were delicious.
So the Rangers game was fun.
It was fun. They lost, but there was a couple of back-to-back home runs that were fun.
The Rangers can't hit, they can't pitch, and they play bad defense. Other than that,
we had 2 home runs back-to-back.
That's the only 2 runs they scored.
I know, but it was fun.
It was fun.
And we got the wave going a couple of times.
Got the wave drill going. That was fun. And then after the game, you took us back to the park, and we spent one more night in Arlington.
And then Jeff and I left.
You gave my dad an out, too. You said,
I did.
Dad, if you want to come with us and peace out of the rest of this trip. And my dad said, nope.
There you go.
I'm sticking with these guys.
I was making sure. I just wanted to make sure he was comfortable,
Yeah. So the next morning we go to Lake Texoma, and I had made reservations at a RV park called Lake Texoma RV Park.
Well, that's catchy.
It's catchy. Found them on Google, looked at the pictures. It looks super clean, super nice, and it proved to be super clean, super nice.
It was like a mom and pop RV park.
It was a great experience. They had cement RV pads. The grounds were kept really nice. They had looked like brand new showers and restrooms. They had a weight room, an exercise room.
Oh, nice.
They had cable hookups.
A pool.
They had a pool, all the normal stuff. But we met some really nice people there. Very, very friendly people there. One guy just drove up to me and the boys. We were throwing the baseball. He just drove up in his Cowboys lifted golf cart. I didn't know him from Adam. He goes, how you guys doing? Hop in. And we're like, okay. So we just hop in with our baseball gloves, and he took us. His name was Charles. I had actually talked to him one time before that, but he lived at the park. He's retired. Super nice guy. And he took us all around the mountain, not the mountain, the hill we were on, down to the lake. And he showed us these big houses that these rich people live in, and showed us the good fishing.
Did you see Blake Shelton's house?
Good fishing spots. We didn't see Blake Shelton's house, but they said that Blake Shelton had actually stayed at this park.
Okay. And
also that George Strait, one of the guys that wrote a lot of his hit songs, RV's there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying, we get some people that are known people that stay here sometimes. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So anyway, we met Charles. He took us on the golf cart. And while we were at Texoma, we went fishing a few times, and Dylan caught his first catfish, which you saw the video.
Yeah, he was so excited.
He was so excited. It's just the little things, He wanted to catch a catfish. I had a lot of pressure on me to help the kid catch a catfish, and he got it.
And ate it.
You know what we did? I filleted that thing. I drove the RV down to the lake where we were fishing because ran up and then drove it back down so I could rescue my dad and the boys and drive them back up.
Yeah.
But I drove the RV down there, and so I could have my fillet knife and my cutting board. I took those down to the dock, and I filleted that son of a gun right there on the dock. I immobilized
with my good cutting board.
That plastic one.
I need to make sure that's clean before we put it back up.
Yeah, because I gutted and filleted catfish on that thing.
Ew.
I've washed it several times since then.
I need to wash it one more time.
Yeah, but Dylan was right there on his hands and knees watching me do he's so interested with fish, what's inside fish. He goes, Daddy, can you show me what it's in its stomach? And I'm like, okay. So I cut open the stomach. And
wow.
Yeah.
What was in there?
Just, it looked like
mud and stuff.
Mud and stuff,
yeah.
But I got 2 nice fillets off of it. I didn't have any oil, so
you had Pam though.
I fried it in butter and Pam.
Yeah, was it good though?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I got some fish fry at Walmart because I figured we're gonna catch something. So I dipped it in fish fry and then I fried it in butter and Pam. And Dylan ate almost. I had like one tiny piece. Dylan ate the whole thing.
Good.
The whole fish.
It makes a difference when they grow it or catch it themselves, you
Yeah.
know, or cook it themselves.
Yeah. But
that's great.
Overall, we just had the best time. I guess if I was going to say my favorite moment was the last night we were there. Last night, Dylan wanted to go fishing one more time, and my dad didn't want to go. Cole didn't want to go, so we just walked down there together, just on foot. And we wanted to go at sundown, and we were walking down. We ran into a couple of tarantulas. We saw some deer. We saw all these beautiful birds and fireflies. And we get down to the water, and it's like glass. I mean, you look, and it is just flat as a mirror.
Beautiful.
And the sun's going down, and there's all these birds flying over. It was so quiet. You could hear people on a boat like a mile away. You could hear them talking.
Mm-hmm.
It was that quiet. And Dylan and I were just standing on the dock together, and we're casting, and we're using topwater lures. So we're casting out there, and then we're jerking the lure back so it looks like a bug on the top of the water. And we're doing that together back and forth. And he and I both caught a fish that last night. And they'd hit that lure on the top of the water, and then we'd reel it in. It was just one of those moments where you're just sitting there like, I said, Dylan, this is what it's all about. And he's 8 years old. He looks around. He goes, yeah, Dad, this is what it's all about. Gosh, it was just one of those cool moments. I guess you had to be there. But it was just so beautiful. And we just were having so much fun.
A memory that you and your boys and your dad will always have. You know, that's all you have, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to be, getting sad, but it's like I've got to start really focusing on spending more time with my parents. I mean, tomorrow's not promised to any of us, but everyone's getting older, and it's like we've got to start creating these memories. I want my daughter to have some really beautiful memories of my parents, her grandparents,
That's why another reason I love doing these things with the kids. And, this time just my dad came along, which was great. I really missed my mom not coming, but, I understood. But, my dad's older too. And, I hope that someday the kids look back and they remember these kind of things.
They're old enough to remember.
And my dad is so, I've mentioned, he is so funny. I can't tell all the stories on the podcast. A lot of them wouldn't translate. But let me just tell you, I fell asleep a couple of nights giggling and laughing to myself because of the stuff my dad does and says. My side hurt. I was laughing so much because my dad he's that funny.
That's good.
But we had a great time.
I'm glad you did. And I'm glad you got to go do boy stuff.
Yeah, we did boy
and
stuff.
Stink up that RV without me having to be there rolling my eyes and pinching my nose, right?
When I dropped the RV, or when I dropped my dad off at his house, my mom came out, and she came into the RV. Or before that, my dad said, we can't smell anything in here, guys. But let's see if your mom smells anything. So,
I can imagine.
She gets into the RV and just kind of looks around. She's like. It doesn't smell very good in here.
No.
We're like, yeah, we knew you would say that. Because Cole never showered. Dylan.
The whole time?
The whole trip.
Alan.
Cole jumped into the pool once, or Dylan jumped into the pool once. I showered twice, and my dad, I think he showered at the KOA.
At the RV park, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we were fishing, and we were kind of, it was kind of hot
and burping.
A lot of burping and farting, and I fried that catfish in there.
You did that inside the RV?
At least I didn't clean it in there. I just fried it in there. Set off the smoke alarm too, of course.
Oh my gosh, Alan.
Yeah.
They're not going to ever rent you an RV again once they smell that. You should roll down the windows and air it out tonight.
I know. I've got to clean it. I have to return it tomorrow. It's sitting in the front of our house right now. I've got to return it tomorrow, so I do have to clean it real quick.
Oh God, at least Febreze it.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you getting excited about the upcoming Olympics in Tokyo?
I am.
I know. USA. Well, a lot of these Olympic athletes might end up doing something really special after they compete for those medals. They could start a career with backcountry.com.
Backcountry.
If you're looking for the best place for outdoor gear and apparel, backcountry.com is the place. And backcountry.com was founded by a former Olympic skier who hired a bunch of other Olympians and former pro athletes and 100+ days a year skiers and seasoned guides who have years of experience. And they work at the company as gearheads. And these gearheads are available to you 24/7 by phone, email, or chat. If you need a product recommendation, if you need any hard-won advice. From Patagonia to Yeti to Big Adness to Santa Cruz bicycles, backcountry.com has thousands of your favorite brands and products for every outdoor adventure you can think of. If you're not sure where to start on camping gear, Alan, the RV trip, what are we going to need? What do we not need? What's too much, right? Skis, a transitional jacket. When you ask for help at backcountry.com, you're not getting an outdoor hobbyist. Backcountry gearheads are experts who can give you a masterclass in the great outdoors. Anything from providing a detailed pack list for your next summit, gift recommendations for your outdoorsy friend, to what jacket will work for you for whatever season you happen to be traveling. And Alan, of course, had a great experience with those gearheads at backcountry.com.
Yeah, and I echo what you said, babe. They got great brands. I picked up a couple of Patagonia items. I got a vest and a jacket. I got a Stetson hat. But what I wasn't sure how to buy were saddlebags for my bike. So I talked to a gearhead. He asked me some questions about what kind of bike do you have? What type of biking do you do? And he helped me pick out a set of saddlebags, which I learned are called panniers for my bike. And I couldn't have done that without the gearhead.
And everything Backcountry sells is the highest quality, but the Backcountry gearheads, they are the real difference.
Yep. So go to backcountry.com/sandwich and enter promo code SANDWICH to get 15% off your first full-priced purchase. Some exclusions apply. So go right now, get 15% off at backcountry.com/sandwich and enter promo code SANDWICH. One more time, babe. That's backcountry.com/sandwich. And don't forget to enter promo code SANDWICH.
All right.
We love Backcountry.
We do.
We do.
All right, babe. Well, it's we got a couple more podcasts to get done before we hit the beach in Mexico.
Yes.
And we're getting really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, here we are. How many days before we go to Mexico?
Well, we leave on
As
the
of
3rd.
now, about a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've decided to start getting serious about my fitness program.
Right. I came in today after Kelly wasn't home and I got home. And then she came in and she looked like she had just finished running a marathon.
Yeah. Nothing like
really red and wet.
I tell you.
Your hair was everywhere.
I know. I procrastinate everything, including getting in shape, apparently. I just wait, to the last minute. So I have been busting it, man. I've been taking the dogs to walk for 2 miles. Then I bring them home and I walk and jog another 2 miles. I've been trying to watch what I eat. I've been trying to avoid alcohol. Even I had like a party the other day and everybody's drinking. I'm like, nope, I got to drink water. I'm trying to be so good. And then finally I tried on a bikini that I had in my drawer and I said, you know what? This is going to be the year of the one piece. This is going to have to be the year of the one piece. My husband's going to be rocking his little mankini, but I'm going to be rocking a one piece with confidence because I'm going to feel good about it. But now I've been like this ridiculous, mad online ordering of every one piece that looks like it might work for me that's still left in my size. So I had all these get delivered, and now I've got to do a bunch of returns because half of what I've gotten doesn't work. I've got more coming, Alan.
How wheels off is it that my swimwear has less fabric than your swimwear?
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. But that's okay. You know,
Shouldn't you be in like a string bikini? And shouldn't I be in board shorts?
I should be. But you know what? I've also learned that, you know, nobody cares what you look like in a bathing suit. Nobody cares. But, you know, I care a little bit. So I'm going to go for a little bit more coverage on this trip.
So if no one cares, why is everybody making such a big deal about the flesh-colored Speedo?
Because I don't know.
Well, why?
Well,
because it's a bit, or
it's a bit.
You have a ball hanging out, or what?
Well, I hope not. Then you might be asked to leave the resort. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. But, you know, it is a big deal, and that's why you keep talking about it. Mm-hmm. Have you gotten it back yet with the embroidery?
I think my man Andrew said it's in the mail. I believe it may be at our world headquarters business address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, y'all, a friend of ours is going, KK. Bad Influence Jeff and KK we talked about earlier, but she realized about a month ago that her passport had expired. So about 4 or 5 weeks ago, she sent it in, and it's still not back yet. She's still waiting for it. It's in the process, but and she paid for expedited service. And so that got me starting to think, where are our passports? I haven't seen them in a while. So Alan was in the RV trip, and I went to the safe where we keep, you know, our divorce decrees from our previous marriages, our marriage license, you know, birth certificates, things like that. And the only thing I found was my expired passport from 2021. But see, when we got married and I did the name change and everything, I knew I had to get a new passport. So I knew intelligently I have a passport that is valid and good. I just can't find it. So I went through, I didn't want to bother him on the trip and get him all upset.
Well, you did call me.
I did later that night. This is all day long.
I think when you called me too, I was baiting a hook with a worm. I had a catfish in the other hand. I think I was tying Dylan's hook to his line with my feet.
I always call it the wrong time. But Alan,
and I also needed to go to the and I also needed to go to the bathroom.
Alan basically ignored me on this trip, and I would hear him maybe before we went to bed. This is when I finally called him. I went through all the the desk drawers in his office. I went through the entire safe. I went through his nightstand, my nightstand. So if there was ever anything my husband was trying to hide from me, I would have found it, but I never found it.
It's in the safe.
Well, that's what.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
So I finally get a hold of him at bedtime, and I was like, hey, honey, can you tell me? I went through the safe, and I went through everything, and I can't find the passports. He said, it's in the safe. I'm like, what safe? I went through the safe. He said, the other safe. So we have another safe, apparently, where he's keeping all this stuff and hiding from me.
Yeah, because your safe is wheels off. I had to have my own.
It's a fireproof safe.
Well, so is mine. I had to have my own safe. My own safe has our passports. It has some coins I want to give the boys. It has some.
Anything you're trying to hide from me?
Go in there. It's
not
even locked.
I didn't even know there was one.
It's right here. I keep the door open.
Didn't even see it. Panic mode. But we have our passports.
Yes, panic mode is right.
We have our passports. That's the important thing.
Panic mode is right. Thank you for admitting that.
Well, I tried to stay calm, and I waited till the end of the day, waiting for you to call me. And when you didn't, I finally had to call you.
Babe, you don't understand.
9:30, 10 o'clock at night. He's just then.
You don't understand.
Baiting hooks and stuff.
You don't understand. I'm piloting an RV, a 25-foot RV. I'm emptying stinky slinkies. I'm like cooking, cleaning, trying to get these knuckleheads to go to bed. I had to sleep with these knuckleheads in the above bunk, so trying to like get all that together.
So you just forget me all day.
Well, no, that's not what I said. I had a lot going on. I had a lot of irons in the fire.
Well, I'm one of your irons.
You are. You're number one iron.
Apparently not.
You're a number one iron.
Apparently not.
Yeah, you
I
are.
was an afterthought at 10 o'clock at night after I called you.
With your fire hair, you're number one fire. Number one,
honey.
poker in the fire.
All right, I got to get going.
Liquor in the front and poker in the rear. Oh.
Why would you say that?
I just heard.
Why would you say that?
I just heard poker.
Why would you say that?
I just heard poker.
You need to apologize for that.
Apologize?
That was gross.
Why is that gross?
We need to go. We should have signed off.
Why is that gross?
That was not nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
All right, we're gonna go now.
Sorry.
On that note,
I love you desperately.
I love you too.
You just didn't like that joke?
I didn't like that. That was vulgar.
I'm sorry. Sometimes your husband's vulgar. He just came back from an RV trip where he's been doing lots of vulgar things.
With your children?
Well, no, just, fish and worms and
okay,
scratching and burping and all that stuff.
all right.
All right. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love them so much that I'm going to podcast real soon and go on vacation with them real soon.
Very soon.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good. Have a good sandwich.